What up, what up, what up? Good morning and welcome back. Welcome back to another live session. I know I was greatly missed yesterday. In fact, I would have loved to have been here throughout the crazy momentum that we had yesterday. As usual, if you're tuning in on YouTube, remember our disclaimer. Remember that day trading is risky. I'll talk a little bit about why I wasn't here yesterday on the live stream, but for now, let's just jump straight into it. I'm looking at the gap scan, and surprisingly, despite us having a couple of stocks that are up really well, I don't know, nothing doesn't really seem to be standing out as much here. The leading stock in GWAV, if we pull this one up, it's up 112%, 10 million shares of volume. You know, we're at $18. It looks okay. It doesn't look super special, at least not right now, but it looks okay, right? We're having this massive flag, and hopefully we're able to break out of it and get over 20. So GWAV and the expensive stocks we've actually been doing really well on as of recent. So, you know, if it's strong and it's holding up, we'll manage our risk and we'll look to take the appropriate course of action. That is GWAV looking all right. Daily chart on this stock here. Let me just take a quick look. Nothing super obvious in terms of volume, but you know, perhaps room to 25, room to 20, 25, and then 30. Nothing super obvious on the daily chart though. We got a few candles with topping wicks going back to April and May, but you know, really light volume. AQMS from yesterday gave a nice move, but you know, that one kind of sold off a little bit. Coming down, ELAB. You know, ELAB sold off quite a bit. We'd have to hope for red to green here. Just doesn't look super obvious as of right now. Can still give a red to green, of course, but doesn't look obvious. SBLX, how are we doing? SBLX, a newcomer. Maybe this one might be the one into the open. Okay, I'll pull this one up, and this will be the stock that I watch into the open. Right now, it's the most active. I do want to check the daily chart here quickly. SBLX curling up. Daily chart looks kind of tough though. 200 EMA at 840 and a whole bunch of topping wicks. I don't know. this one might pop and drop. Is what the history of the daily chart is telling us here. Nevertheless, it's moving up right now. I don't mind giving it a chance with smaller size to start, but you know, if it sells off right away, that's it for me. So with about 4 minutes to go, there's a couple things I want to remind myself of here, despite not really having a clear, obvious stock to start. On the front side, if we see something similar to what we had yesterday, we gotta be more aggressive. We gotta just jump in there, you know, take the baby pullbacks, and don't hesitate on thinking, hey, this stock might just go up one green candle, come right back down. If it's proving that it's holding up, that's the time to just go for it, you know? And that's bullet point number one. Take every trade in the front side move. Do not trade pullbacks unless the candlestick prices in a new low. Once the price is in the low and we're curling back up, that is my cue. having a candlestick close green. This is once we see backside, right? Once we see backside, I don't think there's anything wrong with trying those dips under these circumstances. If I'm instead trying to catch the falling knife, taking every area down, 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 gonna get cooked. It's just a formality. Gonna get cooked. Gotta just wait patiently, let the stock base out, give the bear flag high, give the bear flag low, and then approach that range. It's so simple to follow these rules, and if I do, and when I do, it'll be a great day here today, no doubt. Guaranteed. Looking forward to being disciplined here towards these bullet points. On halt resumption trades, trade the setup and nothing else. If the setup comes through, we take the trade. If there's a follow through entry, okay. But other than that, if the setup is not there, we have to wait for candlesticks to consolidate and give that new range. If not, it's just too risky, too dangerous to be trying to get involved in an area where the risk is so high. So that's pretty much my game plan here for the day, with about 3 minutes to market open. Again, there's a couple of other stocks, GWAV, SBLX, AQMS. EDHL is not tradable, but I'll put it on the list for anyone with the other platforms. EDHL. I mean, there's just a few others. Some of them are more expensive. You have NVA at $58, SSKN, which I didn't really look at too much. Looks okay. I mean, there could be some more volume, but it looks all right. If you're tuning in on YouTube, hit the thumbs up. Yesterday we had technical difficulties. That's why we didn't live stream. And honestly, I'll just look at whatever is moving up, in the moment here. And bro, today I'm looking forward to dominating though. Like if we see something, yesterday I kind of got into this mood of like I couldn't believe how strong the momentum was, and me like yesterday I made $600, right? And I was red 1K to start like twice. Like there's no way. There's no way today if we see something good, there is no excuse. Today I want the smoke. I look forward to the opportunities. I look forward to the momentum. I look forward to following my rules and coming out on the other side victorious. I even promised to make it look effortless. Shout out to Steph Curry, one of the basketball players who I do respect. Did I not post the live stream? Maybe I didn't. I'll post it here quickly. Okay, 10 seconds to go. I got smaller size to start. Not looking to be a hero out of the gates right away, but instead to be patient for something obvious. Just waiting patiently for something to hit the scans. You got SSKN trying a thing here or two. Is it going to be able to hold up over 60? Right back down. Not seeing anything obvious yet. NUAI is at the scans, but you know, doesn't look super great. JDZG looks okay. What's the high? 94. Well, we retest 90 here. Using smaller size for now. Still want to make sure that we get the main stock before sizing up. Will we hold up and sustain our green candle on the 5-minute chart? If not, it is Titanic. Titanic shipwreck. SBLX, I gotta take a look at that one. SBLX halted. We gotta push and hold over 94. VWAP is at 311 if we do. Mm. I need the sweet fill where I'm trying to buy, not higher. SBLX, how are we looking? SBLX. Looking like it could be interesting on the resumption. So that was a pretty big red to green there. And then GWAV hitting the scans as well. This one is selling off, it looks like. Now we're coming alive. GWAV might halt up as well. Now we're coming alive here. A bit of a slower start, but now stocks are moving up. GWAV looks like it'll get halted up, which means it's dip and rip season. Dip and rip time. We got 2 minutes 45 seconds for SPLX. So we got two halted stocks. Um, Let me check AQMS as well. This one is halted up as well. Everything halting up. I think I'll just stick to SPLX and GWAV. If I had another order entry window, I would have looked at all three, but SPLX is going to resume first. I have it on the other monitor. I think I'll trade it off screen. Honestly, I don't want to be too much back and forth here, switching screens. In terms of size, it's a $7.50 stock. I do want to be a little bit more aggressive because I've been seeing some good resumptions. And so I'll be wearing my big boy pants here. We're halted up at 750, which is right at the pre-market high. We had resistance marked out at 840 for the 200 EMA. This is a stock that's been popping and dropping. So I want to keep that in mind that once we see a good push, it might not continue to go. Instead, we might pull back and then, maybe backside. So I want to avoid the backside here in the next minute, 5 seconds. There's about 2 minutes in between the two halts. "25 seconds, looking for the resumption slightly higher, a push, and then, oh my god. Hey Google, stop. And then I'll watch the dip and the retest of highs. 6 seconds. Plus 300 to flat on that one. Trying to dip a second time. I got slippage coming out, but fairly decent nevertheless. We got a minute 22 seconds to GWAV. The lows were at 674 for SPLX. I think I cut that dip too soon there, but fine. I'll wait on the other one. Don't want to mess around too much with it once we don't see the proper entries. So GWAV up next. We got 23 seconds, and it's showing sideways. $19.66. Hard spreads are massive, man. I should have made money on that trade. Alright, the spreads on this one might be a little too big. Okay, not the results I was looking for. AQMS, how did that one do? I'm red on both of them. A total of 150. Just trying to halt them again. JDZG is back up to 290. Although the stock is below the VWAP. I only got 34 to 48 on the resumption trade on SBLX. And then I took the loss down. I bought back at like 715 and I stopped out at 7. No bueno. SDST. Not much there. So GWAV seems to be the one right now, but the spreads are pretty big. Mm. JDZG, massive rejection there. I'm gonna take a good size loss. So far in the day, we are down $60 after that trade. So I think for the resumption here, we're gonna resume pretty close to the pre-market highs. It looks like, which is good. There's a minute 50 seconds and the daily chart. You know, room to 25 and then maybe 30. Yeah, about a minute to go for resumption here. GWAV. JDZG is a tough one. GWAV resumption coming up. 2111 is our current price. It's 10 minutes. Yeah, EDHL still not tradable. It's halting up at 110. Actually, I forget I could use my other platforms to trade this thing. Um, I can trade it on E-Trade. I'm not logged into my Guardian account. Um, let's see. It's definitely down a bit though. It still looks pretty healthy despite the pullback, I'd say. We got 2 minutes 15 seconds for GWAV. EDHL, we got lows so far at 96 cents. See, I'll look for a trade on it now. Looks like it's right back to the highs. No consolidation down there. I'll give it time. 1 minute 18 seconds. $55 to resumption. 30 seconds. GWAV. We're currently at 21.11. It's showing higher resumption. If it looks really good, honestly, I'll use size on the first trade. A little bit more size than usual. I wanted a little bit more than that. Ay, ay, ay. Fucking hell. Okay, I'll take the loss. All right. Jesus Christ. Damn. That was tough. Well, I wanted to trade. My entry not accurate. It's a false halt down, and we're back to 22. That's as rough as it could have been right there. Does it have what it takes to curl back up? It's a pretty big drop there from the resumption. The highs are 24. It's flirting with the highs here. We had below 22 right there. High of the current candle is 23. The spreads are a little tough. It's a good dip, although the spreads were a little tough there, a little wide. Looks like it might be a false breakout there for the 1 minute candle to make the new high. It's trying again. And bro, the spread, if the spreads aren't so big, I'd be in here I just got to take it high maybe. And then look at that, right? This, which is the risk. It's halting down again. false halt down. So we held up twice or three times there, and then it broke down. And it looks like it might halt down. And EDHL is back up. Damn, you can't trade it on E-Trade either? Holy smokes. What the heck? That's the first. Well, EDHL will have to watch on the sidelines. Would have been a nice trade there too. Will we see something else? I can't sign into Guardian because I have to reset my password, which I haven't done for like 3 days now. And I have to call them to reset it, which I haven't done for 3 days. They do give you like a countdown to change the password, but I figured I could just change it still at the end. And apparently you gotta like, now it's not letting me do anything. I was supposed to do this though since Thursday, so I've been slacking. More so because I haven't been trading pre-market though. I haven't traded pre-market in like a week. Well, we took a bigger loss, which isn't good considering that we're not seeing anything here. I accept the risk, although I didn't anticipate a loss there, not at all. The dip of the dip. Yeah, EDHL, bigger drop. Well, today is like a night and day difference versus yesterday. We're not seeing anything here. Yesterday was sweet, sweet momentum paradise. Today is the depths. Where is the momentum? GWAV struggling after that rejection of the pre-market highs. As good of a as good as a place to be aggressive, but stock is back down. P&L down 927. Never good to take a 1K loss in one trade, but you know, I did size up on that resumption, and the dip that I took was not the full dip. We still dropped another $2. Which typically for that type of resumption, the way how we resumed higher, you know, not what we want to see. I don't know. I think I'll wait on the sidelines here for something else. I'm gonna wait on the sidelines. Unless this one really, really, you know, does something incredible. GWAV got back to 21. I'm not seeing anything that looks great right now. Yesterday's momentum and today's momentum not even comparable. Like, what are we seeing here? UGRO back up to 57, 56. I like that we can give that kind of candlestick. That's a good sign. Holy shit. Oh, why do we need to fail after that, man? Come on. Come on. Alright, it held up, which is good. It held up. It didn't go all the way down. 67, the high right there. I'm gonna try again here. Okay, it's coming down. 60. There's a new candle on the 5. Definitely needed a wider stop there just now, but a little tricky to get that dip. What I want to do is catch a nice trade here and hold it a little longer. You know, but can we trust the pullback here? There's 59. Honestly, the breakout trade I think is a little tough. Mm-mm-mm. The breakout trade is a little tough. The last dip not as low as I'm looking for. I would have had to had a full cent and a half plus of risk, which I think is a little too much. But it seems like we're getting higher lows here. But it needs to make the new high, hopefully soon. The way how it's moving, the dips are working, but I haven't trusted the last couple of candles going down. Or kind of holding a little higher in the range, which I would hope it gives us the breakout here soon. Uh, 4 attempts, no follow through. Well, even this is like high in this dip here. Like to get the entries that I want, I'm just getting cooked on this thing. Can I get lower? The new candle is still another 2 minutes. go mad. I'm gonna go mad trading this one, man. Bro, the fills that I'm getting here is like just unbelievable. Like that's almost 2 cents higher. Come on. As we're getting the uptrend, I'm not seeing the best fills here. We got to keep holding above 66. I think we've held above the resistance well. And chasing that is not gonna work. Damn, that's a cook trade there. Bro, we're in a prime place to fly. Like, what's the stock doing? We should be flying 75, 77, 78. Instead, it stalls out at the new high. It seems like a grinder here compared to the last breakout. Well, I'm thinking the writing is on the wall here for me today. Our candlestick is still green on a 5, although it's under a little bit of stress. Will we be able to hold? And curled up. Well, that is my cue. I will take the loss here today and shut it down. We're at 270 on this one, and then we had the 1K loss on a resumption trade, which definitely was a bit of a max loss kind of trade. That was on a $20 stock, GWVH, about 500 shares or close to it, and a $2 share loss in this dip here on the resumption. That was like the real trade of the day that kind of got us. As we know, the reward is on the other side of the risk, and the risk is on the other side of the reward. It was just last week, Wednesday, that we had the $1,200 winning trade with approximately the same size. So, high risk, high reward. Those setups are all about the accuracy, and if you mistime the dip, you can be in too early and you can catch the extra flush, which is what happened. But all in all, decent day, just a bit slow compared to yesterday, especially. Yesterday we had like a great day of momentum. Today, on the other hand, this penny stock, just, for what I'm looking for, there's just not enough opportunities. The last breakout, especially, just very slow to go for the uptrend. It's more of a grinder, better for the longer holds, I think, throughout most of the move. In low, if you can determine the dip properly, and then maybe scaling out throughout the rest of the move as the green candlesticks are grinding higher. But that is my cue to shut it down. Tomorrow again. A little bit of a bigger loss here though. Yesterday also we got, although yesterday we took losses on two different stocks. The ELBM front side move just, I mean, man, that was like a blitz, like if you're not ready to just jump in right away, it's almost like you can fall victim to the momentum being too strong. Like you just don't expect the moves to happen like that if it's not happening consistently. You go from a day like that to a day like today where there's like nothing. And then maybe tomorrow or Friday again this week, you get another stock to go up $3 a share. You kind of, sometimes you're not like as prepared to just be aggressive on the front side, which in itself is a whole different issue. Flipping the switch, as they say, flipping the switch. But in those moments, we got to try to do our best to, you know, jump in on the move, even though, we might have seen the first pullback already, as in like the first flag, and it keeps going. I think today, not bad, except for the freaking resumption loss that we had. If it wasn't for that, it's like a tight day. Well, that loss kind of got us pretty good. And we did use a little bit more size because, it was halted up over the pre-market highs and it looked pretty promising to go to 25 and 30. So the first pullback also did not hold up here. The first bull flag. A lot of times we love this to see this hold up. Even the 5-minute pullback, which is a little lower here. This one did bounce a bit, although we were already looking at other stocks right here. This setup, we love to see curl back to the highs over time. Instead, it's, the equal and opposite reaction, which is the sell-off here. If not, we could have been into new highs at 30, flagging on another bull flag up here. If we're to inverse this move going down. First red day of the month or second red day of the month, I think. Tomorrow, hopefully we see some more opportunities. I am out like Salt. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys later. Out like